Hey guys, this is Karen with Crafting It Up. Today I am going to show you how I made my DIY farmhouse stand using Dollar Tree items. I took two circle hot plates from the Dollar Tree. I took this wood circle, I think it's for like hanging on a door, or you can use it as an ornament. They had them in the craft section in the Dollar Tree, so I went ahead and took one of them. And I also took a bell from the Dollar Tree, and I just took that apart and I'm just used the base of the bell. And I picked up some Mardi Gras beads. I just wanted to show you that's another option. I went ahead and used the wooden beads that's shown in the picture, but you can use the beaded necklace if you don't have the wood beads on hand. I did get those wood beads on Amazon, so I will link that below. So to start off, I took that wood piece and I just caulked to put some filler in it to close up that hole that had the string to hang from a door. I wanted to fill that in. You don't have to fill it in. I did because when I paint and stuff and when I put the bell on it, you will see that hole. So I wanted to fill it in at least a little. After that, I went ahead and unwrapped my hot plates, the plastic around them, and I started out with painting them first. I did use Waverly chalk paint from Walmart. I used the hazelnut. It's like a lighter tan. I'm not crazy about that color, but once I add the white chalk paint and make it like a whitewash distress look, I ended up liking it. So I went ahead and painted the top of the hot plates. Now they have a texture that is like a wood finish. When it's done, it looks like a wood finish. So it works out perfect for this project, which makes it look like a wood stand. But I'm just using glass. So again, I went ahead and painted both of these and put them aside and let them dry. So here I'm taking the beaded necklace and just measuring around the hot plate to see what size I need if I was to use these. Once you measure it, you just cut the leftover, and I just started painting them. I put them on a paper plate to paint them, and I used that same paint, the hazelnut Waverly from Walmart. And just made sure I covered it completely. here's where I decided to use wood beads instead of the beaded necklace. I did purchase these wood beads from Amazon. They do sell them at craft stores, and I even heard that they have them at some Dollar Trees. I have yet been able to find them at my local Dollar Tree, but who knows, maybe yours will carry it. I will link where I found them on Amazon below, but I just went ahead and painted them in the same hazelnut waverly chalk paint, and I just sped up the process a little bit and went ahead and glued them all on. And you see I'm gluing the last couple ones on with E6000 glue, and until I formed a whole circle around the hot plate. Okay, so once I'm done gluing all the beads on the hot plate, I went ahead and took my hard brush and my white chalk paint and just lightly coated some white paint over the top of the hot plate that you will see. This is going to be the top of my wood stand. So I went ahead and just lightly put it on there like you see, just to give it that like wood grain look. And I am going in one direction. You want to go back and forth very lightly, not actually painting it on like you did with the hazelnut chalk paint. You are just lightly putting them on with a hard brush until you are happy with that look. Now I'm going ahead and using the E6000 glue and putting it around the beads so I can glue the top hot plate onto the stand. I used the E6000 glue because I feel like it holds it down, especially with the glass. For some reason the hot glue gun doesn't work for me, so I tried to use E6000 glue. I sometimes use the hot glue gun too to just hold it in place, but this time I just used the E6000 glue, and it pretty much stayed. I didn't like one part of the top of the hot plate where I put some white chalk paint, so I went ahead and used a little more hazelnut on top, and then I will go ahead and fix that with the white chalk paint later on. Right now I am just sanding down where I put the caulk in the hole to make it a smooth surface so I can go ahead and paint the wood circle. I'm using black chalk paint. It's Waverly chalk paint from Walmart to paint this. So you will see I cover the top, the bottom, and the sides. So right now I'm painting the bell with that same black Waverly chalk paint, making sure I cover it completely. I did use a couple coats for this because it's metal. You could see through it with you don't want that teal coming through. So I did use a couple coats for that. You did see me just paint a black bead. I didn't end up using that. I was going to put that on top of the bell, but it wasn't sturdy enough. I needed a flat surface when I glued the top of the stand, so I didn't end up using that bead. Now I'm just fixing that spot on the stand, the top, that I fixed with the chalk paint, and I'm just putting some more white over top. Once I'm done with that, I am now using the chalk paint to paint around the sides, getting a little bit of the beads and the bottom of the stand, just a little bit of white chalk paint around it. So right now I'm opening up some copper paste. It's chalk paste from Chalk Couture. You do not have to use this because I'm sure you won't have this on hand, but you can use any copper color, or you don't have to use this at all. You can just stick with the white chalk paint. As you'll see, I put some white chalk paint on the bell as well as the black circle base that will be at the bottom of the stand. I use my hard brush like I used for the hot plates, and I'm just lightly putting that around the circle on the black parts of the base, and then also on the bell, and I'm doing the same thing. After I'm done that, I will take the copper color and lightly put that on the base of the stand as well as the bell that will be in the middle of the stand. Again, you don't have to use that copper color. It's just something that I wanted to do and I had on hand. Okay, so here you see me grabbing a little bit of that copper paste and lightly putting it on the base of the stand, and then you'll see me put it on the bell as well. I am using another hard brush that I got at the Dollar Tree, just to lightly put that on both the base of the stand and the bell. For the bell, I'm sorry you can't see this. I was using my phone. But for the bell, I am using a Q-tip because I only want it around the rim and then like in the middle of it. I don't want it everywhere. So I thought a Q-tip would work best to get it in those creases where I wanted it. And now I am using back the that hard brush to paint the top of the black circle with a little bit of more white and some of that copper color. So guys, remember, when you're painting the bottom part, paint it the way you would want it to look. I'm playing around with it because I want it a certain way and certain color. But again, paint it the way you feel it looks best. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look like mine. You can paint it whatever color you want. I chose to do the black with the white and copper. After that, I went ahead and put some E6000 glue around the rim of the bell and glued that down to the circle base. This is where that black bead didn't work out. I ended up taking that off. It just wasn't laying right with the top of the stand, so I didn't end up using that. But after that, you are going to use the E6000 glue and put that on top of the bell to place your top of your stand, which is the hot plates, down on the bell. As you can see here, I'm struggling to get that to stay, which is why I took that bead off. Don't even try to use the bead. I can promise you it will not stay on. I ended up taking that bead off and using my E6000 glue on top of the bell, and then just placing the hot plates right on top of the bell to glue it down, and it ended up staying perfect. You can use a little bit of hot glue gun as well to secure it in place while that E6000 dries. Um, like I said, this project was simple, guys. All you're doing is painting those, the black base and the bell, and then using some white chalk paint and copper if you want, and then you're painting the two hot plates and the beads that same color with some white chalk paint to distress it. Gluing it all together, and you have yourself an adorable farmhouse stand. I did get this idea from a high-end store. It costs $41. Actually, it might have even been $44. So I was able to make this for $5, guys. And it is adorable. And here is the final piece. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys love your new farmhouse stand.